What is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Garcelle. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be predicting the Super Bowl playoff predictions. It's a lot to take care of, so let's just jump right into it. We're starting off with the AFC and then moving into the NFC, and I am going to do all of the rounds. So that is starting from the wild card rounds in the AFC and NFC all the way to the Super Bowl hosted in Las Vegas. So let's get this started. Correction, I said Las Vegas, I meant Los Angeles. It is where the Rams play. But anyways, let's get this one underway. Bengals and Raiders on the 4 and 5. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to have to be honest. I did like Derek Carr's performance. And, I mean, Josh Jacobs, come on. This guy is unbelievable. But then you have the guys like Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. They did some incredible stuff against Kansas City. Something that really made me think, man, this team looks like they're going to win a championship eventually. And a team that impressed me so much that I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals winning the playoff round and going to face Tennessee. That should be an interesting matchup as well. We head on to New England and Buffalo. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, not just the gentlemen, I got an upset here. I got the New England Patriots winning this game. Click away, everyone, because Buffalo is going to lose this game. They talked about it on the radio here in Toronto. The Buffalo Bills need to find a way, and this is not the main reason for why they're going to lose, but they need to put a roof over the building or the stadium where the Buffalo Bills play, because the throwing conditions are atrocious in Buffalo around playoff time. It is snowing so much up there, they can barely see when throwing the ball. It's horrible conditions to host a playoff game. New England comes into this game knowing the atmosphere, knowing what they can do. Mac Jones, I think he's going to have a solid performance, and I think the New England defense is just going to absolutely terrorize the heck out of Josh Allen. It's going to scare them to death. I think the Bills lose this game, but don't count the Bills out, because I think if the Bills win this game, I have something juicy for it. I'll let you guys know at the end of the video, but I will let you know what I think if the Bills end up beating the Patriots in real life. So, Kansas City Chiefs against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, I love Big Ben, but I'm going to have to go with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I mean, they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They went to the finals last year. They know exactly what they're doing, and I think there's no way that the Steelers can beat this team, especially with the teams have been playing recently. They beat the Ravens. That was a big game. You got to remember, this is the Baltimore Ravens team without Lamar Jackson, without majority of their players, actually. Don't even forget Lamar Jackson. Just think about all the players that went down to Baltimore. I could leave a list, but it would be like, it would take forever. So, yeah, I love this story for Big Ben, and I do hope he can beat the Chiefs. But at the end of the day, I got the Chiefs winning that one. So, we'll continue with the AFC, and then we'll move on to the NFC. Tennessee versus the New England Patriots. Let me just check my notes here and see what I said. Oh, Titans. Look, I love the New England Patriots. They're just not ready yet. They're in a rebuild phase. You beat the Buffalo Bills. That's the best you're going to get. And I'm sorry to Julian Edelman, who said that it's going to be New England and Tampa Bay in the finals, and he spent, like, I think it was $150K or something. Yikes. Don't want to be in his situation, but Tennessee, I got winning that game against New England. You're at home. You get Derrick Henry back. This Tennessee team won the first seed without A.J. Brown, without Derrick Henry, without multiple defensive players, and they still won the first seed. I know they had an easier schedule, but my goodness, you still have to win the games at the end of the day. Your team probably gets tired of finding new guys to throw the ball to. Well, not in the case of Tennessee. They kept finding multiple guys that are in the roster to step up in big moments. And that's exactly what I think is going to happen in the playoffs for Tennessee. So, very strong opinions on Tennessee. I think they're going to be a very dangerous team in this playoffs. Kansas City versus the Bengals. We're back. We're back to week 17 between the Chiefs and the Bengals. It couldn't go down any better. You had the record-breaking day of Jamar Chase, and you had the Chiefs, who looked like they had a day, but man, the Bengals just kept on knocking on the door. This would be a great game to watch again. It's back in Kansas City, or sorry, this time it is in Kansas City. Last time it was in Cincinnati. So it'll be interesting. But I don't have Jamar Chase having that good of a game. And I don't think he's going to have the game that he usually does. Obviously, they have enough to beat Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. But I don't think they have enough in their system to beat the Kansas City Chiefs just yet, right now, as it stands this season. I think in the future, Joe Burrow is going to be a very dangerous guy to play with and to have on your team. And I think that's going to lead to multiple trades, lead to multiple free agent signings. This is going to be a dangerous team in the years to come. Tennessee, Kansas City. Guys, this matchup has been going on for so long. You know what? You got the 1 versus 2 seed. What else could you want? Last year, it was Kansas City in this seat first and then second for Tennessee, and it's flipped back and forth over the years. In Tennessee and Kansas City, man, they've been waiting for so long for this moment to finally be able to battle each other over and over and over again. Usually ends in Kansas City's favor. This year, I got Tennessee. And in my opinion, like I said earlier, what Tennessee's been able to accomplish with A.J. Brown, with Derrick Henry. Now, I let you know, Brown hasn't been out for as long as Derrick Henry, but he's still been out for multiple weeks, and it has hindered this team's chances of not getting a playoff spot, but getting that first seed, and they still were able to do what they needed to do. Ryan Tannehill, I think he's highly underrated, and yes, he's not the greatest quarterback out there, but he knows what to do with the ball. He's got the experience to prove it, and I think just this year, the Tennessee Titans beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's just my opinion. I do think they beat them. And the first seed, look at that. They get back where they needed to be. Now heading on to the NFC, we got the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. We won't take long for this one, but it'll be the Rams. And I like the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, I had James Conner on my fantasy team all year. He was a great player for me. And, you know, the mix is not complete for the Arizona Cardinals, and I do think the Cardinals would win.
Do you speak any English?
Would win the division if they did have DeAndre Hopkins healthy all year. I think they would be the second seed team in the NFC. I still think Green Bay would win, but yeah, I think they'd be second seeded without DeAndre Hopkins. This team has been missing their star all year, and look, they've done really well. They're the 5th seed. I still don't think they can beat Matthew Stafford and the Rams. We know what Arizona is capable of, but I still think the Rams better defensively, and at the end of the day, they come out with the win. Sorry, Kyler Murray, but I don't think it's going to be this year. Moving on to the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys, and Stephen A. Smith is going to love what I say next because the Niners are going to beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Howdy.
The Cowboys have been declining week after week after week. They had such a hot start. They were like 7-1 at one point, and now they've just been slowly getting worse and worse. Dak has not looked as fresh as he could have been, and the 49ers have been a team who have been getting better and better and better and better. They have been one of the better teams in their division in the last couple weeks. They've had to face some really tough teams, and just give me a second, I'll pull it up for you guys. Week 18, Los Angeles Rams. Then you got the Texans. They lose to the Titans. They beat the Falcons, who at that point were fighting for playoffs lives. They beat the Bengals, who were also fighting for playoff lives. Lost to the Seahawks. Beat the Vikings at that point, playoffs. Of course, Rams, I mean, they had a really tough schedule this year, and they still kept on going. They're the 6th seed. So yeah, I really do think the 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, not the best quarterback, kind of getting carried a little bit by George Kittle and Deebo Samuel this year. My goodness. Yeah, really good team in the 49ers. I have to put them through, and I think they'll face the Green Bay Packers, which leads me to my next point of saying that it doesn't surprise anyone. Tampa's going to win this game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles, you squeaked in the playoffs, and honestly, I think New Orleans may have had a better chance of doing some more damage. This team is in a rebuild phase right now, and just kind of collect players over the next couple years, rebuild their team, and my goodness, they should have kept on to Nick Foles. Screw Carson Wentz because he is absolutely garbage. How do you lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars in the final week, just trying to qualify for the playoffs. You know, he really could have cemented himself over Nick Foles. I mean, Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, but he could have said, hey, I went to a team, put my team in the playoffs without my great players around me. So I know the Philadelphia Flyers almost said, you know, they're a good team, but I don't think they win against Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, especially how Gronkowski's been playing recently. And I don't even think I need to explain the rest of the Tampa Bay roster. You know what it's compiled of. They're the Super Bowl champs. We move on to the Green Bay Packers against the 49ers. And ladies and gentlemen, I got another upset coming. I'm taking the 49ers. I'm taking the 49ers. Green Bay, you heard it. This team loses to Detroit in the last week. Aaron Rodgers choked in the last couple quarters, and then they get a week off. I don't think they're going to be as fresh in this game, and rarely do you see 2 first seeds going to the finals. Maybe the Green Bay Packers could win this game and then face a team like Tampa or the Rams, but in my scenario, I got the 49ers continuing their hot streak right now, and I got Tampa Bay joining them. Didn't mean to say it like that, but I accidentally did. So Tampa Bay will be joining the 49ers. Let me put my point for 49ers. This team, as I said for the Cowboys, they're riding a hot streak. They're looking like a good team. You beat the Dallas Cowboys, who are the 3rd seed. You got a lot of confidence right now. And I think Garoppolo is going to have a lot of confidence. That confidence, that same sort of energy is exactly what he had going into the finals against the Kansas City Chiefs back in 2019. And I think that's the drive that he's going to find again in this playoffs and beat Aaron Rodgers. You beat Dak, you beat the big man in Dak Prescott, and you stopped Ezekiel Elliott, the big defense. Now I think they're going to be able to stop the big man in Aaron Rodgers, the big man in Devontae Adams, and Dylan, who hasn't been doing too great for the Green Bay Packers as of recently. Obviously, Green Bay has their defense, but I think Kittle's going to be able to way to find them and get around this team. Tampa Bay against the Rams, 2 of the big defensive giants in the league. It's going to come down to offense, and when you got Tom Brady against Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp against Mike Evans, it's outmatched a little bit. I think Cooper Kupp is better than Mike Evans, but in my opinion, there's not really a tight end persona on the Rams that in my eyes is going to match to what Gronkowski can do in the playoffs for Tampa Bay. So I got to choose Tampa Bay, of course. And they are the Super Bowl champs. Again, it gets annoying when I say that, but you got to think about that stuff in the playoffs. This comes down to experience, pure experience at the end of the day. And the 49ers, by the way, have somehow found themselves in another position to make the finals. They're a really good playoff team. And I hate to say it because I'm a Seahawks fan. And I still want to see the 49ers do well. That is so strange to me in my brain. But at the end of the day, I'm a big fan of George Kittle. I think Garoppolo would love the opportunity to face Tom Brady, the guy he got traded from. He got traded from New England. Bill Belichick traded him away. And the 49ers grabbed him, said, hey, let's go win a championship. They couldn't get it done against the Chiefs. And I think, don't call me crazy, because, of course, this is a crazy prediction already, but it's going to get a whole lot crazier because Tom Brady is going to be knocked out of the playoffs by Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers.
Whoa, buddy, love the new outfit. This is exactly what I need to scoop Parker. Give me some of that web action. See you, chump.
What the hell?
You look at their defense compared to Tampa Bay, it's not that far off. They got pretty good defenses against each other. And by the way, the 49ers have a much higher defensive percentage against quarterbacks than Tampa Bay does. That's why Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have a lot of time here to think about his plays, process his plays, knows what he has to do against his Tampa Bay defense. The Super Bowl champs, I think their road comes to an end, and you got the 1-6 in the Super Bowl. So, we're in Los Angeles, beautiful in California. Tennessee versus the San Francisco 49ers. This would be a very weird Super Bowl. I don't know how I would feel about it, really. Tennessee, the only reason I would like this Super Bowl is the fact that Ryan Tannehill has yet to make a final, and Jimmy Garoppolo, who's been here before, would love the opportunity to win, because you lost your chance against the Chiefs. You had the lead. You had guys leaving the building in 2019 saying, I'm going to leave the building so that my team can win this game. They come back and win the Chiefs. You cheer for a team. You say, oh, look, the Chiefs are a good team. They made the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl. Of course they're going to go back to the Super Bowl. Heck, let's put the Chiefs in there. No, that's not how it works. You got to go based on the stats. Tennessee has some of the best defensive stats this season. They have been able to do unimaginable things with this team right now. And I'm going to be honest, the only team I have beating Tennessee, if and only if, is Buffalo makes that round. Because I think Buffalo will then, and this is what I was alluding to earlier, will then go beat the Chiefs. Josh Allen will beat the Chiefs. Tennessee will beat the Bengals. Buffalo will beat Tennessee, and Buffalo will be your champ. And I still think this side will stay the same. Let's say the 49ers lose, and it's Dallas that goes. Or maybe they lose to Green Bay. Sure, Green Bay. Green Bay and Tampa Bay. I still have Tampa, and then I still have Buffalo winning. Tennessee, man, they're going to win the Super Bowl. In my eyes, they're going to win the Super Bowl. I have to give credit to Tennessee this season. They look a little underrated, and in my opinion, they have not been the team that everyone thinks they were going to be, but at the same time they have. And I think they got the team for it right now. Derrick Henry is going to be hungry in the playoffs. He may have a bad first week, but then again, you're facing New England and Mac Jones. You know, it's not the best team overall. Sure, they have a really good field goal kicker, and they have one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the NFL. There's not a lot offensively to compete with, and I know they've been able to put up points like no tomorrow. But I still see Tennessee beating them at the end of the day. And then all those lovely things I said about the 49ers still stick, and this was a really hard one for me because the 49ers and the Tennessee Titans have very comparable stats. The one thing that shocked me to my core about Tennessee, they have one of the worst defensive stats against QBs in the league. Now, that's not a really big thing. One of their bigger stats is against wide receivers, which is where I think Deebo Samuel is going to come up big. But I think knowing how Deebo Samuel is going to do in this playoffs, they're going to prepare for that. They're going to prepare to maybe even out some of their other weaknesses to target the wide receivers, because at the end of the day, the Chiefs have Tyreek Hill, so you got to get through Tyreek Hill in order to beat this team. Tennessee is going to be your Super Bowl champs. That's final. That's at least my opinion on this. Guys, let me know what you think. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing the Blue Jays hat, and I don't have any NFL hats. But because I picked the Titans, you know, you got the light blue, the baby blue, you got the dark, and the red, right? Kind of works with the Titans. That was my pick, so I chose this hat for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and that's why I chose this hat. But anyways, that is all I have to say for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more of these videos, and please make sure to turn on your post notifications to get notified when these videos do come out. One more thing, please make sure to share this video with your friends and family. Helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate it. Also, two more things. Make sure to please share this video all over YouTube if you like NFL, if you want people to know what my prediction was. Hey, this guy, look at this guy on YouTube. This guy made the most dumb prediction I've ever seen. I don't care. Share the video. Everything helps. Everything gets out, and you can do whatever you want with it at the end of the day. It makes me happy. If you thought, hey, this is a pretty decent prediction, I did not expect these two teams to make the finals, that makes me happy. I like to see this video getting around the internet, and I would love the chance to show the video to everyone, whether you disagree or you like it. I just want to be able to share the ability to get this video around. So, please make sure to share this video. That's what I want to say. Second, and the final thing, let me know what you guys think in the comments of this prediction. And also, let me know what your Super Bowl prediction is. I mean, there's a lot of good teams on here. You got New England, you got Buffalo, Kansas City, Tennessee, and then you move to the other side. You got possibly the Cowboys. Who knows? Maybe Stephen A. Smith won't be too happy at the end of the year. The Rams, who gonna go on a huge run with Matthew Stafford, Tampa Bay, Green Bay. So yeah, there's a lot of juicy teams here that have an opportunity to win the Super Bowl. And let me know what your prediction is for that Super Bowl. And by the way, playoffs start tomorrow, Saturday. So make sure that you get your comfy recliner and you watch some football with friends or family. It's going to be a very, very good next couple weeks, and I can't wait to make a post video on the Super Bowl, seeing the champion. Hopefully it's the Tennessee Titans, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.